Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in. We're rounding out May, and I just wanted to do a little video that's probably going to be a rant, but it's about social media and YouTube and some of the things that I see that really stop people from being successful on reselling on eBay, on Poshmark, on whatever platform it is, because they're kind of shooting themselves in their own foot. And it's all about taking constructive criticism, being open to change, doing things a different way, realizing that while anybody and everybody is welcome to run their business any way that they see fit, of course, because everybody's different, there are certain things and policies and procedures that are absolutely the best way to do things regardless of how you run your business. And the sooner you're open to accepting new ideas and being constructively criticized and changing the way that you do certain things that are not really efficient or productive, the better off you'll be, the more money you will make. So that's what I want to talk about today, and I want to jump right into it. Also, as we get into this video, I will be live tonight, May 31st at 8 p.m. right here back on the channel. So do come join us. We're going to talk about 50,000 eBay listings that we've created over on the listing service, and also a whole bunch of other topics, including the podcast and everything and anything you want to talk about and ask us questions about in the reselling world. So 8 p.m., make sure you do come back here and join me on the show. I do appreciate that. With that said, Facebook groups. I own one that, or run one rather, that has 125,000 members in that group. And of course, I have this YouTube channel with, I think, 125,000 subscribers. So I get a lot of messages and a lot of comments, and I see a lot of threads and posts from people that do things that are not the best business policies or the best productive, efficient ways of doing things. Other people criticize them and they lose their minds, or they're not open to it. And admittedly, and this isn't to take a jab at anyone that's watching this video or part of those communities, we do have a community that has a lot of older folk, say in their mid-late 50s, 60s and up. And they, a lot of times, I know from my parents, and this isn't a jab at you guys are kind of set in your ways, right? Like, it's tough, especially somebody who's been doing something the same way for 15 or 20 years. A lot of you guys with a lot of experience on eBay doing things one way versus another way, or a way you were told by someone else, which may not have been the right information, but you went with it. And now you realize that, oh, it's not really the right information, but you're not really willing to accept it. So I'll give you a few examples. There's people who still cut and tape and paste or whatever their labels on. They're buying labels offline, so they're saving money, which is good, but they're printing them in a regular full-size printer. Like, we're in the world of thermal printers and label printers that you can get dirt cheap, $50, $75, $100, and never use ink again. It's thermal. You'll save money on ink and toner, and you can just print them out, peel them, and stick them. You're saving an absolute insane amount of time doing that. People don't want to hear that, right? Like, oh, I've been doing it this way. It works just fine for me. Of course it works just fine for you, because that's how long you've been doing it. That's what you've been doing all this time. But if I was to put a free thermal printer right in front of you, get it up and running, and you started printing and peeling and sticking, I guarantee that you would change what you were doing. You would use the thermal printer. But people are behind a computer screen or behind a mobile phone or a tablet screen, and they're easily able to be like, this is how I do it, and then they're gone. They hide behind that screen, right? Like, that screen is their shield, their barrier to get out of the way. I see people who are like, well, I use parcel select shipping policy rather than first class, or rather than ground, or this or that, which is actually changing because of the USPS policy change in July. But up until then, you're overpaying. You're charging your customer too much. Or I have people who say, I had a customer, or somebody will post in the group, they had a customer buy 2 pair of jeans, right? And the jeans were $20 plus $8 shipping. So they $28, and they got paid $56. And they shipped the jeans in, they're skinny jeans, they fit in a padded flat rate. And the buyer got them. I'm not mad. You owe me money for shipping. Whoa, wait a minute. What do you mean you owe me? I owe you money for shipping. You paid $28 and $28, $56. You saw the total. You agreed to pay it. I paid the fees on that amount. Plus I have handling fees and packaging and all that sort of stuff. And I shipped them to you priority, exactly what you paid for. They arrived fine. They were in proper packaging. And we're all set, right? Like, I don't owe you anything. If you negotiated before the transaction, said, hey, I think both of these jeans will fit in one package, one box, one padded, they'll cost you $8, $9, $10. Looks like you're charging 16. Can we do something about it? Can we combine shipping? Can we do that? And I invoice you differently, or I adjust the price to, reflect that, fine. But if you just buy them and I ship them and then you complain about it, it doesn't work that way. And I promise you, eBay is not going to side with the buyer. If they leave a negative feedback, eBay will remove it. They agreed to that price. You, me, the seller, paid the fee, or you, and we paid the handling. We have handling time and fees and all that sort of stuff. And people will argue about this in a Facebook group or social media or whatever and say, oh, it's you owe the buyer a good experience. You owe them money. It's good karma. Shut up. Seriously, shut up. No, we don't owe the buyer anything. We owe the buyer the experience they paid for, and that's what they're getting. And there's no karma coming around. I promise you, these buyers, 99.9% of them are not repeat buyers. eBay actually shows us repeat buyers. And I went through, and outside of one product that I sell, I almost have no repeat buyers. And I have 100% positive feedback. And I don't do anything bad karma to anyone. I promise you, the repeat buyership on eBay is very, very low. Whatever money you're giving back, if you start refunding every single person for overages and shipping, or for combined packages, whatever money you're giving away, you would never make up on a repeat buyer. Anyhow, I had somebody, speaking of, who said, if I do calculated shipping on a first class, remote control or whatever, and it calculates $4.99 shipping, and I ship it and it's $4.50, I send my buyer back 49 cents. I'm sorry, what? You sent your buyer back the 49 cents. Why? Oh, because it's over what I paid for it. I can't for the life of me understand it. Not to mention, how much time does it take to go back and send those refunds? And to look and compare how much the calculated shipping was versus how much you paid for the label. These are the things that are argued about inside of Facebook groups, and that people just can't wrap their head around. There's a way to do things and a way not to do things. And giving away money as a business owner is not the way to do things. No matter the whole argument of I run my business how I want to, fine. You're running it wrong. You're giving away money. You're not being a productive business owner. And there's arguments about box sizes and boxes and where to get boxes and new boxes versus used boxes and recycling and padded flat rates and shipping overages. I could give you 20 examples of this that I see weekly, if not daily. But at the end of the day, whether you're one of these people or not, this is no personal jab at anybody. It's just trying to get you guys to open your minds and think about it and try new ways of doing things. Be open to critical criticisms, or if you see something in another thread or a chat online that you aren't a part of, but you see it and it might pertain to you, that you might be doing something some way that you see, and then you see a bunch of comments telling that person like, that's not right, you're not helping yourself, you're not doing yourself any favors, change it. Consider thinking that through. Consider the pros and the cons. Like, make yourself a list and say, well, you know what, instead of just going no, being like, hey, maybe it is a better idea. Maybe I should get a thermal label, or a printer. Maybe I should start not giving people their money back because they're not entitled to it. And it's my money. I worked for that money. I did the research. I did the listing. I did the photography. I did the sourcing. I did the handling. I dropped it off at the post office. Consider all these things, right? And this is why I titled this video how I did it. I hate social media and I hate YouTube for this one reason. It makes me a lot of money, but it just allows people to be really closed-minded. And this goes way outside the reselling world, be it politics or be it science or be it social issues or be it financial issues or reselling or business. People are just so closed-minded when they're sitting behind a screen that they can't get out of their own way. They're their own worst enemy, and they just won't accept what's coming through that phone. And I'm not saying every crazy troll on the internet you should listen to, but you should really consider it when it looks and it appears like somebody is trying to critically, constructively criticize you and give you advice, be it business or social or politics or anything else. Have an open mind, discuss it with people and talk about it. And until people start doing that, social media will never change. It probably never will. But that's why, as much as I love YouTube and I love social media and I love the ability to make money on it, I hate it. I absolutely despise it. And it's really bad in the reselling world. I'm a part of other communities, video games and trading cards and other stuff. And outside of reselling, just like fun and collecting and all that sort of stuff. And there's arguments in every genre, but not like there is in reselling. So I plead with you guys, please be open-minded, learn things from each other, help each other, be nice to each other. And if somebody's doing something that we know is not right, don't attack them. Just share with them why. Just say, hey, look, I understand how you do it. I understand you've been doing it for a long time. But look at what you could be doing. Look at what you could be saving. Look at the money you could be making. So that's kind of my lesson to you guys today. And as always, I appreciate you watching. Don't forget, 8 p.m. tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be live right back here on the show. I will put the link down below for that live show. You can click it, bookmark it, get the notification, and come on back. There's a bell down here below this video that you can click next to the subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, it'll turn on the notifications so you'll know exactly when I go live. And with that, I appreciate it as always. Hit the like button. Do hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. And I'll see you guys back here at 8 p.m. Eastern, where we'll talk about the 50,000 listings we've made. We'll talk about the podcast. We'll talk about our listing service. We'll talk about the wholesale Shopify site reopening. Yes, I am bulk selling all of your material for you, turning it into cash. So don't miss the live show. It's going to be awesome. And we'll see you there at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys, and I'll see you a little bit later.